know someday I'll be living in a big old city, and all you're ever gonna be is mean. Someday I'll be big enough so you can't hit me, and all you're ever gonna be is mean. Why you gotta be so mean?
Why did the evil alien cross the galaxy? Well, if you ask a Hollywood producer, they'll say they crossed the galaxy to murder the human race for its natural resources. Of course, this is a complete fabrication because we know that extraterrestrials are here and the human race has not been exterminated. But this is the question about aliens in films, and why are they always evil and invading? The evil alien has been around for 60 years in cinema, since the time of War of the Worlds, and they're not going away. But the alien invasion idea has never manifested itself in 6,000 years of Earth's history. If you look in all of the Bibles, there is no documentation of an alien invasion of any kind. There are no evil aliens invading Earth. So Hollywood has this idea of evil alien invasions. But when you have a global planetary alien invasion, you need the military. So Hollywood producers got together with the U.S. Armed Forces, and they said, listen, we'll make you look good in the movie if you let us use your military hardware. You know, the fancy jets and the big tanks. And the military said, well, that's a good idea, because now we can sell, war is good, and machine guns are good to the people. And the Hollywood producer said, now we can make gobs and gobs of money with fake alien invasions, with these fictional stories. But there's a problem. As the alien invasion films evolved, they needed some more ideas of evil aliens. So they contacted who? They contacted the intelligence agencies. Because the intelligence agencies are aware of extraterrestrial forces. They have been covering up Roswell and other incidences of UFO sightings. So now you have Hollywood working with the U.S. Armed Forces, now working with the CIA. Now we have the most powerful evil alien film, because it's rooted in truth that there are extraterrestrial races. It also includes this fancy military hardware to show how good people can get blown up, and it puts all of the actors in business in a new film genre, the evil alien invasion. Of course, the military is always looking good, and the evil aliens are always looking bad. This is what is called propaganda. Now, the modern generation doesn't understand propaganda. The Nazis understood propaganda, and they would create films to sell the idea that Germany is the best. Other nations have used propaganda. You can say China and Russia have used propaganda to instill things in the public that is not true. So the evil aliens now, people believe that because of the propaganda, because the films depict these monsters from outer space. On the other hand, you have the armed forces selling their military hardware. So the public now believes that military might is a good solution to the world's problems, and our military is good, and the defense budget should go higher It's not big enough. We don't care about the starving children, but we need those machine guns. And I need bullets. And we need more nuclear warheads. Because 25,000 nuclear warheads in the world are simply not enough. There's not enough warheads. We need a few more. So here we have this propaganda. Propaganda is using selected information with a selected viewpoint to disseminate it, to spread it into society. It's propaganda. The Nazis understood propaganda, and the US military understands propaganda. So we have these propaganda films now. One's a military propaganda, and the alien invasion is an evil alien invasion propaganda film. Of course, you ask the average person, they don't believe in aliens. They don't. Some of them might believe in aliens, but everybody seems to believe in evil aliens. If there is an alien, it's an evil monster. But this, of course, has been put inside of our brains. Because for those of you who know the cosmic cultures, the millions of cultures outside of this planet are mostly, primarily benevolent, or not particularly evil. They have better things to do than to eat people for their water. So the Hollywood films coming up this summer are going to introduce you to more evil alien invasions. But it started when? It started really this year in March. I think was the big evil alien propaganda piece, was called Battle LA. LA for Los Angeles. It was set in modern day Los Angeles, a platoon of US Marines during a global alien invasion. There's a battle, there's a skirmish. The aliens came through meteorites. The meteorites crashed to Earth, and inside were the extraterrestrial monsters. We have seen the meteorite theme before. We saw the meteorite theme in War of the Worlds. The meteorites came down and the war machines came out. That's from H.G. Wells. We saw the meteorites from Transformers. The meteorites came down and these mechanical giant sentient robots, war machines, came out of the meteorites. So Battle LA's taken the same concept. Jonathan Liebesman, the director, wanted a realistic alien invasion as a war film, kind of like Saving Private Ryan and Black Hawk Down. But Saving Private Ryan without Steven Spielberg is like making ice cream without the ice or the milk. It's just a bucket. It's just a bucket, and you can put it on your head. Aaron Eckhart, the main star of Battle LA, said the goal was, this is a war movie, a documentary style war movie with aliens in it. Liebesman described the aliens in this way: genocidal Nazis. They look at us like ants. So this is coming from a person with a very small view of reality and no view of actual extraterrestrial life. Genocidal Nazis. You know, it's like today, if today we were to take Jewish actors and put them in Nazi uniforms and then murder them in a big budget movie and call that entertainment, we would say this is completely nuts. And that filmmaker would never make a film again. Because obviously the message is that, you know, Jews are evil. See, that's what they were doing in World War II. In this film, what do you have? You have aliens dressed up as monsters, and the US military is blowing everybody up. murdering all the aliens. But we know that the majority of aliens and ETs are benevolent, or they're not evil. So you're taking these good people, these good cultures from afar, who are far more advanced than you, and then you're painting them as evil monsters and then murdering them. And then the audience is watching this going, hey, that's true. I believe it. Now, the Battle LA did pretty well. The Battle LA as a film did pretty well. But let me give you the review of the film. The Battle LA was reviewed by Roger Ebert. Roger Ebert, Chicago Sun-Times, a famous American movie critic. He has seen more movies than most people. He gave Battle LA a half star. A half star. He called the film noisy, violent, ugly, and stupid. This is his words. Generations of filmmakers devoted their lives to perfecting techniques that a director like Jonathan Liebsman is either ignorant of or indifferent to. Yet he has given millions of dollars to produce this assault on the attention span of a generation. Now, Roger Ebert was called unpatriotic, and he was attacked online by military sympathizers. He was attacked by his own fellow citizens and called unpatriotic because he said that this war movie was garbage. And in fact, it was garbage. But there are people who like garbage. Catherine Monk, a Canadian movie critic on Canada.com, wrote, she